Good morning Year 3 and welcome to this maths video which is for Wednesday the 3rd of March. Here is your Flint and 5 for the day. If you've not completed it already, please pause the video and have a go. Don't be scared of the missing number ones. Think about how we've sometimes solved those, or actually no, for this, think about what that number sentence means. For this one, think about what we've talked about with parts and wholes. So let's have a look. So 67 shared into 3 equal groups. So because you are dividing by 3, you make 3 groups and you share your 67 into those 3 groups. So what I have done is I made 67 with 6 tens and 7 ones. And then I shared my tens, one there, one there, one there, etc. until I had shared all of my tens into my 3 equal groups, and that gave me 2 tens in each group. Then I shared my 7 ones. Now I've got 3 groups, so I'm able to share 6 of them, but I do have 1 left. So our answer is there is 22, 22, and 22. There is 22 in each group, but you haven't used all of your counters, so the answer is 22 remainder 1, because we had 1 remaining, 1 left over. Then B, we know that 386 plus something, if we put it into a bar, equals 563. So in order to find what 2 numbers add together to make that number, if you subtract this number from there, you end up with this number left. So you should have done 563, take away 386, and you would have got 177. So well done if you got that one right. Then down here, this number sentence just meant 10 groups of something was 70. So you had 10 groups of something to get 70. So you get your 10 groups, you share out your 70 into those groups. How many did you have in each group? Well, you had 7. And you also may have known that because you know your 10 times table, you know that 10 times 7 is 70. Lastly, you're doing 434 take away 50. Now you could have counted back in 5 tens, or you could have done 434 take away 50. 4 ones take away 0 is 4. 3 take away 5 you can't do. So that becomes 300s, and your 100 goes in to make 13 tens in total. 13 take away 5 is 8, and then 3 take away nothing is 3. So 384. Well done if you got that right. So now we're going to be looking at the learning for today, which is adding and subtracting fractions in the context of word problems. So we've got 2 examples here, and we're going to go through them together, and then I'd like you to have a go at some of the tasks yourself, and then I will go through them so you can keep pressing play and pausing it if you're having trouble. So we've got an alien here, and he divides his pie into 4 equal pieces. Now what can we say about that? Well, we can say that each part is 1/4, because each part is 1 part out of 4 equal parts. We could say that he ate 1/4 of the pie, and if he eats 1 out of the 4 pieces of pie, if he eats 1/4, we can say that there are 3 quarters left, because there are 1, 2, 3 out of the 4 left behind. This one is a puzzle with 6 equal parts. It says Jack drops the puzzle and he wants to put the pieces together. Now if it says he puts together 5/6 of the puzzle, that tells us that he has 5 of the pieces, because remember there were 6 equal parts. So that can be represented like this. He has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of the parts. And if we know he has 5 out of the 6 parts, 5/6 of the puzzle, we know that he needs another 1/6 to finish it, to have made the whole puzzle, because there are 6 equal parts. If he has only got 5 of them, he needs 1 more. So let's have a look at some problems. Please pause the video and have a go at putting some answers into here, And if you're struggling, I will go through it with you anyway, so don't worry, just press play. So Farah divides a pie into 8 equal pieces. That's really important. Her whole pie has been divided into 8 equal parts. Now she eats 3 pieces of the pie. So what fraction of the pie is eaten? Well, there were 8 equal parts to her pie because she cut her pie into 8 equal pieces. She has eaten 3 of those pieces. She has eaten 3 of the 8 pieces. So that means she has eaten 3/8 of the pie. She has eaten 3 out of 8 pieces. Well, what fraction of the pie is left? Well, here she has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 pieces left. So we know that there are 5/8 of the pie left. And we also know that because if she has 8 pieces and she's eaten 3 of them, we know that there are 5 left because 5 add 3 is 8. Let's look at the next problem. Mrs. Lewis gives 7/12 of a pizza to Ruby. Ruby gives some of her pizza to Jack, and she has 3/12 of the pizza left. What fraction of the pizza does Jack get? So we know that the pizza is made up of 12 equal parts. So that has been displayed in this bar. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. There's 12 parts in this bar. We know that Mrs. Lewis gave Ruby 7 of them originally. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. This part here represents how much pizza she had originally. It then says Ruby gave some of her pizza. So we don't know how much yet. That is what we're trying to work out. But we do know that Jack was given 3/12. Oh, sorry, we don't know how much she gave to Jack. We do know that she had 3/12 of the pizza left. So what fraction of the pizza does Jack get? So we know that she gave some of it to Jack. We don't know how much she gave, but we know that how much she had left. So she had 7 pieces. She had 3 left. So how much did she give to Jack? Well, here is representing the amount she gave to Jack. 1, 2, 3, 4. And we know that it's 4/12 because if we start with 7/12 and we take away 3/12, the amount she had left, should tell us how much she gave him. And 7 take away 3 is 4. And our fraction is 12ths, so that stays the same. So it is 7/12 take away 3/12 equals 4/12. And that's what goes in here. So Jack gets 4/12 of the pizza. Here we've got a little alien friend again, and he wants to make a circle with 8 equal parts. Very important. So he makes a certain amount of the circle. How much of the circle has he made so far? Well, he has got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 parts. And we know that each part is worth 1/8 because there were 8 equal parts. So he has got 6/8. How much more to make a whole? Well, if you've got 6/8, what do you add to end up with 1 whole? Well, we know that 1 whole is the same as 8/8 because you'd have all 8 parts of your 8 equal parts. We know that our fraction here is going to have 8 as a denominator because we are adding an amount of 8ths. And if you add 2 to 6, you get 8. So we know that there are 2 more parts to make a whole. So 2/8 are needed to make a whole. Here we have 3/8 of a class have fish as pets. Another 1/8 of the class have hamster as pets. The rest of the class do not have any pets. What fraction of the class have fish and hamsters as pets? So you need to, I've put a bar here to help you, but you need to have a think about what that problem means, what you would put in each place and answer it. I'm going to read the second one and then I'm going to show you my answer page because I've filled in the bars. So Millie eats 2/9 of a packet of sweets in the morning. She continues eating the packet of sweets in the evening. She eats 8/9 of the packets of sweets all together. So she's eaten some in the morning and some in the evening, and you know how many she's had all together. What fraction of the packet of sweets does Millie eat in the evening? So have a think about that. Pause the video and have a go if you haven't already, and I'm going to show you the answers. So 3/8 of the class have fish as pets. So this is this section here. I chose a colour and I labelled it as 3 out of the 8. 3/8 have a fish. Then 1/8 of the children have hamsters as pets. So this is here 1 part out of 8. So 1/8 have a hamster. And the rest have no pets at all, so we can just do that. And this part here represents the whole class. This is where we find our answer for fish and hamsters together. So if we add our 3/8 to our 1/8, we end up with the answer, which is 4/8, because 3 add 1 is 4 and our fraction is 8. So our number problem was 3/8 plus 1/8 is 4/8. Then the second one, Millie eats 2 ninths of a packet of sweets in the morning. She continues eating the packets of sweets in the evening. She eats 8 ninths of the packets of sweets altogether. What fraction of the sweets does she eat in the evening? So this part here is our morning, and we know that that is 2 ninths in the morning. This represents the whole bag, but she doesn't eat the whole bag. She eats 8 ninths of it altogether. So this is what she ate in the morning. This is how much she ate altogether. So this section here tells us how much she ate in the evening. So you need to do the altogether amount, take away the amount in the morning, and that leaves us the evening amount. Still has a 9 as a denominator because we still have 9 equal parts, and the answer is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and again 8 take away 2 is 6. So she eats 6 ninths of the sweets in the evening. So Ruby draws a picture. She colours 4/12 of the picture in red and 5/12 in blue. She does not colour the rest of the picture. What fraction of the picture does Ruby colour? Now think about what your number sentence would be here and what you are adding or subtracting and which one you are doing. But also maybe have a go at drawing it. Think about how many parts are in your whole and see if you can draw it. So let's have a look at the answer. Here I have represented 4/12 of the picture because 4 out of my 12 whole parts are red. Then I have 5/12 for blue. So here I've got 5 out of the 12 are blue. Now the rest are uncoloured, so that's I've left blank. Now what fraction of the picture does she colour? Well, she coloured some in red and some in blue. So in total she has coloured 9/12. So 4/12 add 5/12 is 9. If you had a go at put your thinking caps on, then it says here what fraction must be added to make a whole. I had 5/12, so I added 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 more on to make 7/12. I also know that because 12/12 is the same as a whole. And if you have 5/12, you know that you need to add 7 more on to equal 12. Look at the model. What fraction must be added to make 3/4? Well, because I've made these two bars the same size, but I've cut this into 4 parts and this into 12 parts, I can mark on 3/4 and see how much it is the same as. So 3/4 is the same as a certain amount of 12ths. I already had 5. If I add 1, 2, 3, 4 on, it can be the same as 3/4. So 5/12 add 4/12 makes the same as 3/4. So there are also some extra challenge questions. So we've got a word problem here to do with fractions that you need to work out 2 answers to. So you've got some information about how many biscuits she's iced certain colours. So how many biscuits did they have in total? And then if half of them are decorated in blue, what fraction are decorated in green, red or yellow? So see if you can work that out if you'd like to. There's also a super extension. So if you do this one, you could also find out that what fraction of biscuits each colour represented. Then there is also another one that says there are 45 babies in a nursery. If 3/5 of them are girls, how many are boys? And Zoe's tower has 20 floors. She lives 7/10 of the way up. What floor does she live on? So have a think about how to solve those, and the answers are on the slides if you'd like to check to see if you got it right. But remember, they are not compulsory, they are just there as an optional extra if you would like it. Good luck, and I'll see you tomorrow.